What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. I apologize for being so late this morning. Absolutely inexcusable, but our internet has been kind of like in and out all morning. That's kind of why I was late getting the watch list up as well. So, just a little bit of a crazy morning. We have a storm coming in. They've been doing some work on our power lines, but still, I'm going to get directly into it. I don't want to waste any time. The biggest thing that I am focusing on today is going to be the S&P 500, guys. I do want to see SPY retake this 455.32 level in order to gain some long bias back. So far, guys, being under this level, there's just too much more room down. Really honestly, until this 449.30 level and then into that 448.48 level. Obviously the last time SPY broke that level, that 455 level, we did test the 450.87. Personally, I think that is a decent level to use as a target, as we did have a big wick down, which is probably why we didn't just see a huge drop off a cliff when we broke that level yesterday. It was kind of like this slow grind through this wick. So 450.87 and then 449.30, and then likely, I think, in all honesty, the 448 level does come, and then we bounce hard off that level, but that's personally just an opinion of mine. I'm not going to carry that bias into the trading day itself. If we get back over 455.32, guys, I think there's a nice chance that we bounce back to this 459.64 level, just because, again, getting back over that would be a pretty big accomplishment. I think some traders would kind of signal that as, okay, like at least we have a temporary bottom. However, I don't try to guess anything. I just try to, play what's in front of me, right? So as of right now, we are kind of bouncing into this resistance. What I would look for is a retest of 455.32. If we see that retest, guys, and we fail hard, kind of like we did yesterday off of 460, that's probably a good sign to take it short, right? Okay, BYND, obviously major news this morning, guys, as they are expanding their test of the McPlant burger with McDonald's. This is a bit of an ugly wick on the 30 minutes here in pre-market. However, if this can hold 66.74, guys, I definitely think this has a lot of potential up into this 69.33 level. Obviously, this is going to be indice dependent, right? We are talking about a long bias trade, guys. In order for BYND, right, to get a nice lift off this, which it's great news, right? This is better than, KFC or any of those names. And I keep up with the news on BYND for one reason and one reason only, and that's because I trade the stock, right? And not only do I trade the stock, but I also am aware of the short interest in the stock. And this will probably be one of those stocks. I don't know if it's going to be today or in 3 weeks or in 3 years, I think the better would be maybe in 3 months, right? But at some point, this is going to have one of those 25 to 30% like relief rally days, right? Maybe it's from the 50 level, and maybe, it goes, 50 to 70 in a day. But there are a lot of shorts packed in here. So the right catalyst, the right news, the right partnership can really send BYND, kind of flying, right? And so I am interested in the news that it comes out with BYND, pretty closely because of that reason, right? But again, long bias trades not working fantastic in this market. If we can't hold 66.74, that was that key level from from Tuesday, if you remember. So definitely important that we hold 66.74 for long bias. If we break under 66.74, could play it down to this 64 level, but for me, the short side bias really isn't there. So, I just don't think there's as much of a trade opportunity. So we'll be paying attention to that. And then my other one is Lucid. Still no selling. Everybody was like getting mad at me, yesterday, because they're like, oh, well, the lockup is at 11:59 tonight, not like only 2 billion shares. Well, yeah, I mean, it's up 5% pre-market. So yeah, but a lot of selling going on here. I'm kidding. But anyway, those $50 calls should be in decent shape. I personally am really focused on the 42.77 break here. I know that seems kind of like a randomized level. You could say this is the 43.50 break that is more of the key, right? And I'm not saying that 43.50 isn't a key break, but you have to look at the price action once we broke 42.77, and that was kind of our key level to the downside. Once we broke 42.77, we saw this big fade down. So I really think that this can be a nice trade over 42.77 for the $45 calls. I will definitely be looking, right, towards that $45 strike price. If remember, right, we are getting towards the end of the week. So if you'd like to play it a little bit safer, you can play the $40 or $41 calls and play in the money. However, if we, for some reason, do see massive sell blocks off the open, 39.70 would be my spot to kind of look short side. You could also look at the $40.33 level, as that would be a decent level to use as a downside trigger as well. So I'm going to keep my focus relatively simple today. QQQ, obviously kind of the same setup as the S&P. I'm not sure, it's one of those markets where, you think things look good for a bounce, but every single time we've really tried to bounce, it's like every rally just gets absolutely stuffed. So for QQQ, call trigger over 370.45, and my put trigger is under 368.84. So I do apologize for the lack of the length of the pre-market live this morning. Not totally my fault, but still not making excuses. I will be on a midday live at around noon. That's not going to be the power hour live. This is going to be a live in general. I try to do that if I ever have an issue getting on the pre-market live. So I will see you guys this afternoon around 12:30, right before lunch, and then again on the power hour stream. So I will catch you guys later in Twitter and Discord. Peace out, guys.